Hi, everyone. Oh my goodness, 15 of you. Amazing. Welcome, welcome. We had our huge sign up list come in this morning, and I think we're expecting crazy record high numbers for these webinars. So welcome, everyone. Melody, who brought snacks? You're going to need them. They have some gorgeous food photography on here. So welcome everyone. My name is Ali Zozos. I am a registered dietitian with EatLove. I also run member success. So I am excited to be here today and to deliver our third webinar in the series, which is pre and post workout nutrition. It's sort of an extension to the Instagram live that I did not too long ago, where we talked about what to eat before, pre and post. And I think that might be the reason for our record high numbers, is because it's a really popular topic, especially since all of you are gym minded and focused on your fitness and health and wellness goals. It's a very popular question. How do you feel for your pre and post workouts? What do you want to get more of? So welcome everyone. I just want to get a sense as to where you are from and what your UFIT affiliation is. Are you a member? Is this part of your Premium Plus membership? Are you looking to sign up for the Premium Plus package? Are you an employee and staff working with UFIT that wants to get more information on nutrition? All are welcome. I just want to get a sense of where everyone is falling across the board. All right, so a little bit about today. We're going to spend some time on pre and post workout nutrition. I will go over some, of course, information on what EatLove is, and talk a little bit more about if you've heard it around the club, if you've seen some flyers and you know it's a digital technology app but aren't sure exactly how it can help you. We're going to go over that today too. So just to lighten up the mood, Timothy, member Fort Lauderdale, welcome. I'm going to start a poll just so I can get a better sense of ideas. Let's see, I have a couple lined up here. Let's do this one. Are you often stressed about meals? Let's publish that one. Always, often, sometimes, or never. Or just another way to rephrase this. Are you constantly asking yourself, what's for dinner? Are you cooking for multiple family members and everyone has their own preference? It's very possible that that can happen. So I'm just curious to get a better sense of that. And then while that's going, I will queue up our slides. I do think that that might be why our attendance is so high today and our signups were fantastic. So my goal is for all of these webinars just to kind of get you excited about topics on the future. You know, we have how to build a better pantry, hacking your own psychology. Let's see. Next month, we're going to do a heart healthy topic. Heart health month is this month, but we already have this one on the books. So we're going to talk about heart health next month and talk about how EatLove can help you, lower your LDL cholesterol, lower your blood pressure, put a focus on endocrine health, and all of those things that can go into our biggest killer in the United States, which ends up being heart disease. So it's a very premium topic, and I'm excited to put some slides together for you all on that one. But let's just jump in. 57 of you are often stressed about meal times. 42 never. That's pretty high. I love that. But 57, about half of you are feeling stressed about meal times from time to time. So EatLove is going to help answer that question. But first and foremost, let's jump in to our pre and post nutrition. So I'm just going to ask, let me know. I'm going to go back to our chat box here. Alfonso, Omar, are you accepting followers in your Instagram? Yeah, it's EatLove. I think EatLove is our handle. I'm not sure, Monique or Kayla, if you want to verify our handle on that one. Absolutely. Come join our Instagram army there. And everyone, yeah, welcome members, fantastic. Awesome. So pre and post workout nutrition, more than halfway through February. Where has the time gone? So like I said, this is an extension of the topic and Instagram live takeover that I did that you can find at UFIT. I think it's just the UFIT Instagram, where we talked about a smoothie that has lots of boosting benefits for your pre and post workouts. So of course, introduction wise, my name is Ali. I'm a registered dietitian. I've been meeting all of you through our chat channel just on the side here. And let's jump into our topic of the day. So when it comes to pre and post or just pre-nutrition, I have some images here that is going to show you what to incorporate in those meals. They're usually time-based. So when you're, getting up in the morning and maybe the first thing you do is go to the gym, Obviously, getting a meal 2 to 3 hours before your training is not in the cards, but 30 minutes before, that is. I know some of you may be fasted fueled workout states. It's really a personal preference in terms of my recommendations as a dietitian and practitioner. Of course, we always want to give our body fuel. Think of it as you're trying to go to work in the morning and your car is out of gas. It's going to be really hard to get there when you have no gas to get there. So think of your body the same way when it comes to workouts, especially early morning workouts. Having the fasted state might just be easier. But if you want to put yourself in a position to PR your back squat, to hit that overhead press, you really want to have that fuel in your system. But what does that fuel look like? That really ends up being the age-old question here. But let's backtrack and do the 2 to 3 hours prior to your workout first, and then we'll talk to the 30 minutes. So this is usually going to look like a regular meal. And I'm going to show you what that example looks like on the next slide. But think complex carbs, things that have a lot of fiber, very moderate in protein. Usually fat's going to be okay here because you have time to digest. The closer you get to that training session, you really it's a GI thing. You want to make sure that you're able to jump on the jump rope, run on the treadmill, do any other HIIT training classes, HIIT plus classes. And when you have a stomach full of healthy fats and even protein for that matter, it may not sit too well the closer you get to that workout. So 2 to 3 hours before, you can still have a full meal. You have plenty of time to digest, of course, and you want to hydrate with those 16 to 20 ounces of water. Greek yogurt with fruit would be a great option. Even some granola on top, some rolled oats, something that gives you complex carbohydrates, which look like fruits and vegetables and whole grains and beans and legumes. A veggie omelet might be a really good option here prior to training. Veggie omelet paired with a piece of toast. You're getting all of your macronutrients. But the message here is that you're going to have time to digest and that you can have a bigger meal option and not worry about, getting really sick because you're jumping up and down with a stomach full of food. However, the closer we get to that time, you want something that digests quickly. Your bodies prefer a source of glucose, which ends up being sugar at the bottom baseline. Sugar, any type of food that you would take that is a fruit, vegetable, grain, bean, toast, pasta, rice, any of those down, our body digests those as a sugar, as glucose, and they're our body and brain's preferred fuel source. So if you are on the treadmill, or you're doing a back squat, or you're doing anything in those, fun classes that you do at UFIT, you want those simple carbohydrates. You want something that's going to quickly digest and be available for a fuel source. So it kind of goes back to the point where it comes up all the time, like, oh, I can't eat white bread. I can't eat white rice. I can't eat refined carbs. And just, kind of removing that diet culture piece to this, you can have anything you want. Food has no moral value. We know that we can eat things in balance, but the closer we get to that workout, those simple carbs, which can be also refined carbohydrates, our white bread, our white rice, they don't have a lot of fiber. They're really low in fat. These almost make them the perfect pre-workout food. A handful of pretzels that I grab on my way to the gym sometimes because I have 30 minutes, but I need something in my system or I'm not going to be able to perform at my best. So we want the simple carbohydrates here. We want something that's low in fat and fiber, again, for GI purposes. Hydrating, of course, with 16 to 20 ounces of water, a fruit smoothie, a banana. On our live Q&A, we talked about a beet smoothie that had beets and I think bananas. It had coconut water, really good for hydration. So if you guys are interested in that recipe, I believe that is over on the IGTV that I did just a few weeks ago. But if you want to put that into what does that actually look like on your plate? So here's your 2 to 3 hour pre-training meal. This looks like a regular dish. We don't even really have to think about that it's pre-training because we just can get a full regular meal in. But then on the other side, consuming a snack or something light that has some more simple carb piece of toast, some pretzels, even like a cup of oatmeal is going to be a really great 30-minute to an hour pre-training workout. Of course, we don't want to ignore our fluids either. So this is sort of what they look like. I do want to pause there and just get, any sense of questions that you might have from the audience today. If you've heard something else or you're still confused about what are the foods before and how often, how much before, and what that looks like in terms of macronutrient makeup and all of that. So I just want to get a sense as to where you all are coming from. Is this new information? Is this something that you hadn't heard in the past? Let's see. So just put those in the chat, and then we're going to talk a little bit about post-workout nutrition as well. So we can't ignore our post-workout. I know I hear all the time, I got to get that protein smoothie in. I got to get, that quick other fuel source in after your post-workout. But really, as long as you're eating within, I believe it's like a 3-hour window, you're not going to lose those results. It's great to get that balance and we want to get it, but that protein smoothie may be doing less than you originally think it is immediately right after your workout. If you have the opportunity to get a full meal after your workout, that's great. Whenever your body comes down and you're able to consume that food again, and not feel kind of nauseous because you just, went hard in the gym, getting that full meal. Let's see, Sheldon, great question. Where does peanut butter fit? So peanut butter is a pure fat, and mostly a pure fat, and has a little bit of protein. So this is one of those ones where that is a personal preference. For me, when I was doing like runs on the treadmill and I needed carbohydrates because I wouldn't be able to function without them, peanut butter, banana, toast was my go-to. I just didn't go as hard on the peanut butter pre-workout as I maybe would have in the morning at breakfast if it was going to be like a full breakfast for me. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter would be too much for my system to handle. But, a little bit less than a tablespoon is something that I could do, and that was okay. Everyone is going to be different with the peanut butter, but knowing that peanut butter is a fat mostly and has some protein to it, it's where GI standpoint, if you're lifting weights and you're not jumping around, it may fit really, really well. And let's just say it's not going to hurt anything if you do want to, enjoy peanut butter, but I would pair that with a simple carbohydrate, whether that's a piece of bread or a banana. Omar asking about pre-workout powder paired with a meal. So it depends on the pre-workout powder. I get very cautious about supplementations in general, only because most are not third-party tested. When it comes to selecting a supplement, I do recommend checking out the NSF website, and I am going to put just what those abbreviations are, NSF website. When it comes to selecting the supplement, I would recommend selecting something that is on that website, because we know it's third-party tested. What is on the label is indeed, in fact, in the bottle. And if any of you have been watching the Olympics, you know the scandals that are happening right now. But we want to make sure that, what is in there is on the label and we're not harming anything to ourselves. So, and the thing with pre-workouts is they may have, it really depends on the macronutrient breakdown. Of course, if you're having it with a meal and it's not hurting anything and you feel comfortable having that, that is, again, a personal preference. I know a lot of pre-workouts either have caffeine in them. Caffeine on an empty stomach doesn't really go well, at least doesn't for me, probably doesn't for a lot of you out there. So you want to make sure that you are getting that fuel with it. So with a meal and it works well for you and it feels good, by all means, I don't want to disrupt your pattern by, giving you something without knowing more information about that. But again, if it works for you, it works for you. As long as it's with a meal, I would recommend that meal piece. All right. Christopher, all of your efforts lost if you finally had your meal about 4 hours after an intense workout. I would definitely find a way to put something in there. I wouldn't say all your efforts are going to be lost. That's kind of a bold statement, but I would figure out why that gap is happening. Why, is it because you're going back to work and you just don't have time and all you had time was, for that workout, what that looks like, and then find a way to get something in there before you can get your meal. Does it look like a piece of fruit? Does it look like, one of my favorite options right now are That's It bars. I'll put that in here. They're just fruit. They travel really well. I love bananas, but when I was living in New York, I could not even travel from my apartment to my job because on that 30-minute path ride, they would be brown by the time I got there. It was really disappointing. So I really like That's It bars. They're just fruit. They're fruit, and then you can get, then there's the NSF, the website. And I like those. And then, of course, peanut butter would be a good option here. A piece of fruit, anything to fill you up to just get to your next meal. But I would be more concerned about that gap and why it's happening and making a conscious effort to close that. So maybe you get something in 30 to 40 minutes after, and then you get your full refueling meal. But we definitely want to make sure that we're refueling, which is a really good segue into this slide here, which is your post-workout. So when we talk about using glucose as a fuel source, We store what we don't need in the moment as glycogens in our muscles, and our body pulls from them as needed. So think about an intense workout, and your body is using all of your readily available glucose. It then taps into your muscles for those glycogen stores. So when you are done with your workout, you want to refuel those glucose stores, and you want to refill those glycogen stores. You want to have that readily available. Think like fight or flight in this moment. If you have nothing to flight with, it's going to be really hard to run away. I like using that example. But you want to replenish that. So we want to refuel your body with something. Doesn't have to be a full meal, but we want to give you something. And that ratio will look like 3 to 1 in favor of carb to protein. So think like 21 grams of protein, or 21 grams of carbs, 7 grams of protein. So like nut butter and a piece of toast, 2 pieces of toast, a piece of toast, nut butter, and a banana would satisfy that 3 to 1 ratio. This example here, it looks like we have some peppers on the side, a half cup of brown rice, and some 3 ounces of chicken. This would be basically a full meal, but that 3 to 1 ratio, 7 grams of protein, a hard-boiled egg gives you 7 grams of protein. 2 tablespoons of any type of nut butter gives you 7 grams of protein. A piece of whole grain bread and 1 tablespoon of nut butter will give you approximately 7 grams of protein. But just getting something in your system to hold you over to your next meal, because those carbs are going to help rebuild those glycogen stores. And of course, protein is going to help repair and rebuild those muscle fibers that you just spent so much time working on. Perfect. All right. So let's see if we have any questions. So Michael, 40 grams of whey protein, milligrams of whey protein, 2 large spoonfuls in a banana. Yeah, that would be a good post. The milligrams of whey protein, as long as whatever that macro looks like, I'm not sure just with the 40 milligrams, just with that breakdown. Yeah, anything that's going to have a mix of protein and carbohydrates, preferably higher in carbohydrates. Just like we needed it pre, we're going to need it post to kind of rebalance ourselves out. Christopher, sure thing. You could do support at eatlove.is. And this will also be recorded too. So you'll get an email with the recording after with that answer. So no worries there. And then of course, body fat. Oh, this is a good piece here, is that body fat is a primary source of energy during low intense and light intensity workouts. So it's still good to have that source in there. And of course, usually when it comes to fat and replenishing, fat is usually prepared in our things that we have protein in. So nut butters and eggs, yes, also have a fat in them. Our preparation methods. So how are you cooking your protein? It's usually going to be in some sort of oil. Toppings, any cheese, avocados, those are also fats. So think about fats as like your preparation methods and your finishes, and you're probably going to be fulfilling your fat content. All right, so we can't totally ignore hydration for our workouts. I've had crazy stories about emergency room visits with just not properly hydrating, even if I didn't feel dehydrated. So to avoid all of that with all of you watching today, eating a well-balanced diet, of course, you're going to be getting water and fluids and micronutrients from your just diet in general. You want to be able to drink fluids throughout the day, however that looks like to you, whether you have a glass of water at your desk at all times, if you have a Nalgene bottle or any type of fancy water bottle that helps you drink water throughout the day. If it's in sight, it's in mind. I'm always big on that. I'm always a huge fan of Post-its and reminders too. If you're just starting to get more water and fluids throughout the day, it's a good baseline to start. I'm not going to give a necessary recommendation of water in this because we are all going to be different. And really, if you are looking to increase your water intake, increase it 8 ounces from where you currently are. So everyone's goal is going to be different. And then, of course, just keep doing that until you find a comfortable pattern. When it comes to working out, though, we want to drink at least 4 ounces of water every 15 to 20 minutes through our workout. So say you're doing an hour, half cardio, half weightlifting, you want to take a few sips of water. You want to have that fuel or that just keeping your muscles smooth and loose, and you want everything in your body to be functioning. So the water is really going to be helpful. Usually your body is a pretty good indicator of that, like I'm thirsty, because when we're sweating, we're losing that fluid. So that's usually a no-brainer when it comes to exercise, because your body is going to be like, okay, I need a break. I need to drink something. And then, of course, after exercising, drinking 16 to 20 ounces per pound of loss during your workout. One easy way that you can figure this out is to weigh yourself pre and post. I talked a little bit about this in our IGTV. So for more information, I would check out that talk as well. But our sweat rate is basically how much we weigh before our workout and how much we weigh after, minus the fluids that we ingested during our workout. So if we weighed ourselves and we're 2 pounds lighter after that workout, and we drank, let's say, 16 ounces of water, we actually lost 3 pounds, but we had that extra 16 ounces. So we still want to make up that difference. Because any weight loss during an immediate workout we know is fluids. It is not body composition changes. It is not fat loss. It is 100% fluids. So making sure that you are well hydrated post-workout is going to be number one. And then, of course, consider adding electrolytes to your water. So the big ones are sodium and potassium, chloride, magnesium are going to be some others. And you can get that in a variety of different ways. You can get that from a sports drink. You can get well, at least half from a sports drink. You could get half from coconut water. I like mixing them together. I love the Gatorade and the coconut water mixture. I call it my hydration cocktail all the time. Something about coconut water and potassium just makes my headaches. If I have any exertion headaches from hard workouts, the potassium really, really makes a difference. Also, little tablets that are just like you can dissolve in your water, but any of those, consider adding one of those if you are a heavy sweater. So if you do want to check your sweat rates, I recommend doing so in all of the seasons. If you are working indoors, because that's going to be different from outdoors, make sure that you kind of get a sense as to what type of activity produces what type of sweat results. And once you have that, you're pretty much it may change from year to year, but it's really good information to have. All right, so I'm going to pause there and do one more poll for all of you. And if there's any questions, feel free to pop them in here as we go. But I'm just curious as to how many of you have heard of EatLove. So yes for me, and not yet for, all right, so we have some on there. Amazing. 71, 73. I wish I could see the numbers of these. I just see the percentages. Maybe there's a way to do that. Never heard of it, Sheldon. Okay, awesome. I'm curious, Sheldon, what inspired you to come to this webinar and this talk today? For anyone out there that hasn't heard of EatLove, what really brought your attention in? 77%, not yet. Well, 100% all of you will by the end of today. So what is EatLove? EatLove is personalized nutrition for both making meals at home and dining out. Think of it as your Spotify meals playlist of just recipe inspiration and ways to, again, make those meals easy and to stick within your nutrition and health goals. We are science-based technology, truly intelligent with the use of a nutrition algorithm that can help you if you are looking for general weight loss, that can help you if you're looking to lower your A1C, that can help you if you are looking for muscle growth or endurance-based workouts. So we're going to be able to give you validated nutrition templates and create a meal playlist based on those results. Think of it as completely customizable to your taste preferences, layered over on top of your health and nutrition goals, your family members, who is eating with you at what meals. And then really one of the best things that you can do with EatLove is to actually export all of that information to a smart grocery list and have your groceries delivered to you on your doorstep. So think about while you're at the gym, on the recumbent bike, doing whatever you're doing, and you are creating your meal plan. You're swapping things out, you're inserting things that better fit your taste preferences. And you really just, you wanna have that flexibility and know that you're making smart, confident choices with your nutrition. Nutrition is a really finicky topic. There's a lot of misinformation out there. And being a science-based technology, we are only giving you recommendations that are tested and supported in the research. So, and one of the best things is that you'll be able to find this food easily and buy and cook everything. You know, you're not going to see ingredients that you've never heard of, and you're in full control of what you end up selecting. We have a really robust recipe database that has 6,600 registered dietitian approved recipes that you can take and add them to your meal planner. So even if you're only planning for 4 or 5 things to get started with, we can help you reduce food waste. We can help you reutilize ingredients so you can cut down on food costs and save you a lot of other time at the grocery store if you need more time in the kitchen to prepare some of your dishes for the week. So here are just a couple screenshots of what our app does look like. We have this is what I call the Spotify meals playlist. Our single meal view is going to show you what to have to eat in that moment. So you can see the view recipe option, which you can print from your desktop, and you can create your own little recipe book from there. You can log your meal. So what's really great about EatLove is that if you are eating recipes from our database, all of our information is saved in there. All you have to do is say, yes, I ate this, and log your meal, and it'll reduce and deduct from your daily totals, whether it's your calories, your macros. If you are looking to keep your added sugar under the recommended allotment, which is 25 grams a day for women, 36 grams a day for men, it'll show you where you're falling. And what's really great about this too is that even if you're not using recipes, you can use it as a daily food log and just log your, banana and toast for breakfast. You can add your Chipotle salad. We're the only app out there that gives you restaurant options based on your geolocation. So what that means is that if you are at home, on the go, at work, and you need something that fits your nutrition plan in the moment, you can just go ahead and click on restaurant swaps. It'll pop up your map and it'll show you what's around. There's Panera, Chipotle, Starbucks, Subway, and we're adding, I think, doubling that database in just this first couple months of this year. So think about everything that you would want to get at those places, but you just weren't sure of, or you need the confidence to select, yes, this does fit my prescription, my plan, and I'm confident having that in my day to day. So you can use that as a geolocation, restaurant swaps, just adding regular foods like a food log. Take pictures of your foods, take notes, understand trends of why you're selecting something, how you feel later on in the day. Did you just introduce breakfast into your day and you found that you're reducing your energy crashes, that you're not binge eating later on in the evening? 2 really important things that come from that first meal of the day. The screenshot on the right is actually a brief snippet of our grocery list. So all you have to do is add this meal to your grocery cart. So you would just hit this orange button right here, and that all of the ingredients automatically go into this the smart grocery list is what we call it. And from there, you can change the quantities, you can add more, this plus sign up here allows you to add all of your recipes. So EatLove can be your centralized recipe and grocery cart. I know I used Post-its for the longest time, super messy, had really no system to it. And the minute that you can switch to something that is cohesive, and not only that, but gets your family involved in it, you can email this to a family member who's doing the shopping. You can all download the app and disperse at the grocery store and check things off as you find them. But it makes eating and mealtime family time again. And that's one thing that's been, really missing. As our society continues to grow, we're always on the go. So how do we slow down? How do we put family and mealtime at the forefront of that? On the far left is just one of the meal options. So if you're wondering about, are these recipes going to be easy to make? Am I going to be overwhelmed with all of these ingredients? We have many, many filters on EatLove that can help you find a beginner skill level that have less than 5 ingredients, but is still the cuisine that you're looking for. That's avoiding gluten because you have a kid that is a celiac, or, your husband's really picky when it comes to whatever it is. You can avoid those foods through our very robust recipe filter, and they can get as easy as this meal on the left-hand side, which is like pre-cooked rice, canned beans, and some vegetables that you just toss together. But you're getting and hitting your nutrient and your macro energy goals. So I believe that is all we had today. Just going to scan through some of our comments here. Any other questions from our presentation today? How many of you are interested in, trying EatLove with their Premium Plus membership opportunity with YouFit. I think we had 80% of you that hadn't heard about EatLove yet. So if all of us voted on this poll today, I mean, there's still 36 of us on this call. It's a pretty big number. How many of you are interested in giving EatLove a try and just making your dinner times a little bit less stressful? But not only just answering the question, what's for dinner, but how can you find time back in your week? Delegating your groceries to, a third party where you can get them delivered gives you more time in the kitchen, gives you more time to do the fun things that you want to do in life, spending time with family, making family and mealtime again. All right. Wendy, you want to compare it to your chiropractor's diet plan? Yes. So what EatLove is different there is that these are all registered dietitian approved templates by no less than 5 experts in that field. So think, 5 experts in the field of type 2 diabetes have come together and created this recipe template, this diet template that is going to help you manage symptoms like diabetes or lowering high cholesterol or just getting more vegetables into your diet. Amazing. All right. So if any of you have any further questions on EatLove, I encourage you to check out your home gym with YouFit and definitely inquire at the front desk about what it is. We have some handouts available for you. If anything else, we do have a support email, but you can sign up directly through your gym's landing page that we have created for them. And you can just follow the steps and upgrade there. You could also just have, I think the front desk can sign you up too for that Premium Plus membership. We have, and that is our support email, Christopher. Interested, a lot of you are interested. Fantastic. Amazing. Well, if you have any other questions, feel free. Yes, the Premium Plus is $39.99. You can email us at support if you have any questions. There should be some signage around the gym as well. We're happy to provide more flyers and information as you all have it. But I thank you so much all for coming today. I think this was by far our biggest crowd yet. So I'm super excited to keep doing these. Like I said, next month's topic is going to be on heart health. So think of all the things that we want to reduce in our overall diets to make sure we have the max cardioprotective benefits just as we age, and then information that we can share with our friends and family who may be dealing with something at that point in time. So thanks, Wendy. Very much so. Fantastic. Well, I will let you all go. You have a fantastic Wednesday, and let me know if you have any questions, and we will all talk soon. Have a good one.